Don't let nobody tell you that we're not. Salute to that young brother, for real. I don't know much. I'm about to dig into his story. I haven't dug into his story. I found that on accident. And that video that you just watched a second ago, that was the first one that I found. I found it on accident. And I was like, what is this little weird dude talking about? And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm looking at all the parts. I'm like, huh, this is not some bullshit. Like, this is a full-blown lab he's got out here. What the hell? He's out in the sticks somewhere out in the, hold on. I'm looking at this and I'm hearing them, but then, you know, like they snap up. I'm looking at the equipment. I'm like, well, it's real equipment and it's running. And then I'm looking at the pressure and everything. And he's talking about it as he's doing it. And I'm like, I mean, it doesn't look fake. Looks real to me, you know? And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Yeah, this kid is, he turned plastic into gasoline, plastoline is what he called it. Yeah. And of course, JJ, shout out to JJ. What's up, bro? He said new alternator belt. Yeah, the belt is definitely a little squeaky. It wasn't 100% aligned.
But... Oh, in this can here, I have plastoline, gasoline alternative that I made 100% from plastic waste. And what we have here is a beautiful vintage truck. And today, the 6th of April, 2025, I'm about to put plastoline inside of a truck and run it for the first time in history. So, in this can here, I have plastoline, gasoline alternative that I made 100% from plastic waste. And what we have here is a beautiful vintage truck. And today, the 6th of April, 2025, I'm about to put plastoline inside of a truck and run it for the first time in history. So, are we all ready? Yeah! Let's do it! Plastic in the fuel. Yeah. So I'm going to be pouring the plastoline in right here. And right here, we have a hose that goes right to the fuel pump. So I'm going to pour the plastoline in this can. And when the engine is cranked, it's going to pull the plastoline directly into the engine. So this will be running off of 100% pure plastoline. So I'm going to pour it in, and then everybody will be able to come and see what it looks like inside of the tank. So. Yeah, make sure you guys get that pour action there. All right. And just for history's sake, I kind of want, you know, a few of you guys to come up and see and confirm that there is stuff in the can. You know, for history's sake, for the video's sake, nobody's gonna say we didn't do it.
It's very yellow.
If you want to know what it smells like too. Hey, and for the record, just off of the smell, can you guys, is it gasoline in there?
Yes.
Well, it's fine. You guys are supposed to say no. You're supposed to say it's plastoline. Does it smell different from gasoline?
Yeah, it's way different.
Yes, yeah, it's different. So this is not gasoline that we just put in here. This is plastoline.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It smells like burnt gasoline. Yep, get that.
So how do you describe the liquid it's called?
Plastoline.
It's like very deep, yellow.
Did you get a close up of in there?
All right.
You're fine. You're fine.
Do you want to see how he made it before you see if this thing runs, or you want to just see if it runs? You interested to see how he made it?
Yeah.
You would you? Are you?
Yeah.
Bro. Let's see here. The one that I saw that I was really impressed with was this one, I think. Yeah, this one.
Now made its way out of the feed chamber. We're still seeing some cups fall down here, so I'll probably let it continue to spin. Ladies and gentlemen, I am loading in plastic into my plastic into fuel reactor while it is running for the first time ever. This is the first ever homemade, continuous microwave pyrolysis reactor in history right here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a last time to turn some plastic into fuel. We are back in business, back in operation. The first run of 2025 with the continuous microwave pyrolysis reactor. Let's go ahead and get plastic loaded in this piece. I'll be honest, guys, it seems like YouTube is shadow banning me. Some videos barely break 5K views with over 300,000 real subscribers. So if you guys love what I do and you support me, please like the video, subscribe, and watch to the end. It will help me so much. Let's break through the shadow ban and push to the world that we can turn plastic into fuel. She is alive. Beauty and the Beast.
Look at this, man. Look at this. This is out back, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that this is a lot easier. This is more attainable than I think that we've been led to believe. I think that these kinds of feats are possible. I literally think that we could actually create our own fuel and run it and have all the fuel we need for whatever we need. All the fuel and power we would need. And I mean, he's doing it with plastic, but I imagine that, you know.
I think his name is Stan Meyer.
Stan Meyer.
It's a man of the early to mid 90s that made an engine that runs off of water.
I mean, it's combustion. So if as long as if you can figure out how to get things to combust, I mean, obviously water. I know that with hydrogen, it pulls the oxygen and the oxygen gets used, and I believe the water or the hydrogen gets burned, and it's like oxygen ends up being the exhaust, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it works.
Want to hear about those last moments?
What happened?
Some years later, like he was in the news with certain government officials wanted to talk about to verify his claims.
Oh yeah.
About a year or so later, I think it was at a restaurant somewhere, eating his food. He screams out that his food's been poisoned. Makes a break for to exit the restaurant. Kills over of a heart attack at the doors.
Look, man. Nikola Tesla. Dead. The oil lobby is a powerful lobby, bro. They ain't trying to give up power for nothing. The energy lobby is not trying to let us be out here having our own power plants, being self-reliant, living off the land. They can't have that shit. Or maybe us by ourselves, but for us to sell it to a whole bunch of other people, they ain't about that life. So, you know, the thing about this is, and the good thing about this is that he did it publicly. So you can't steal his work. And if he pops up deceased, you know, you at least know where you're looking. But look at this, bro. Look, this is
the cold middle finger. Just show the whole process. Like you start suspecting some bullshit.
If you watch the Terrence Howard that whole interview, he talks about the similar situation. And part of the reason why he's doing it the way he's doing it is because these people aren't taking him serious. And part of the reason why I think that they're not taking him serious is because they're got the oil companies like, yeah, leave that, you know.
Yeah.
Physics hasn't changed in like 80 years. Don't you think that's weird? Like,
Yeah, like what the
bro,
hell do you got?
like the second we got a cell phone, it was like this, right?
Yeah.
Second we started using carbon fiber, it was like this. First time we started using like all these different things, just like this. But we use the same electric motors and stuff. Like the same solar panels that they were using in the 1920s. Like the science is the science is the same, but the materials are slightly different, but they're pretty much the same. Right? There were electric cars in the 20s. They had a battery issue. Remember what I was kind of telling you? Like battery, then the next thing, and then the next thing.
Yeah.
Like the issue with them at the time is that their battery tech wasn't very good. So electric cars weren't viable. Even though gasoline is less efficient, it's more easily produced, more easily transported, and you can fill it up a lot faster. So, I mean, but look, Broken Blade, look at this guy's setup. Like, this is all regular stuff. Like, this is not like, that's a keg down there. I believe I think this big section right here does look like some sort of like reinforced pipe or something. It's got some heat shielding there. There looks like there are some kind of specialty pipes and specialty fasteners here. There's a window so that you could see into up at the top. There's a window down here at the bottom. There is, let's see, looks like you got another tube here that is probably water heater size. It looks like it's got some hardware up top. Then you've got a coil. This looks like a condensing coil here off to the side. So as the vapor makes its way down, it cools down, turns to liquid. You've got over on this side, it looks like he's got maybe some what looks like it could be, I don't know what kind of, he's got some small tanks. Looks like there's probably some oxygen, probably some other chemical. Looks like a power or a breaker box back here to power everything. It's outside in an outdoor garage or like a shed, outdoor shed. So, you know, you're not going to blow anything up.
Yeah.
And then it's running off its own generators. So it doesn't even look like it's drawing any power from like the house. It's completely self-contained.
Beautiful beast. Alive for the first time in the year. Now I'm just kind of nervous on how the continuous speed is going to do now that she is going to be hot, under vacuum, flammable vapors inside. But nonetheless, we are turning plastic into fuel with the upgraded continuous, say it with me, microwave pyrolysis reactor, baby. So far, all looks good. This is the pressure inside the main chamber. As you can see, there's some slow drops, but nothing crazy. So everything is going good. And the temperatures, as you can see, look good. Screen over here, all magnetrons are on. And we are currently pulling 8,300 watts at full power operation. I always forget to turn this darn timer on. We're probably about 10 minutes in, but I just started it, obviously. But 10 minutes in, we can already see the sight glass is starting to fog up a little bit. This sight glass here is starting to fog.
So by the end of it,
this sight glass did get foggy, which is kind of defeats the point of being a sight glass, but it's okay. In history, has a microwave pyrolysis reactor been made continuous at a homemade, home scale level by hand?
check this out. So this is,
As you can see, all that's left of the plastic itself, well,
that's what's left.
is carbon. Look at that.
That's crazy, bro.
Is that plastic to you?
Ooh.
No. That's just carbon and minerals, baby. Take a look at this level of carbonization right here. This is better than I even thought. Look at that. It's a dry powder. Wow. Beautiful. I didn't even think it'll carbonize that well. We didn't add all that much plastic, but this looks great. Amazing level quality carbon. You can tell by how dry and powdery it is, because if there's still some residual oils left in there, it's not going to be really powdery and dry if there's residual liquid or oils, because we only ran the machine for a few hours. We didn't run it that long at all.
In your backyard, bro. Broken blade in your backyard.
Good punching or bad punching?
Get that top whip, that cream.
Yes.
All right.
Sorry, man.
You had it. Hey. Oh, you want to see? Yes. Hey, much love to Houston, everybody. It's been an amazing experience.
Oh shit.
So thank you all for making this possible. Thank you to Bobby for the truck, Carlos for the venue location, Matt for the filming, the other Matt for connecting everything together. Thank you all for making this possible, coming out for all your support. And we're about to make history right now. You ready, Bobby? Let's do it. Plastic in the fuel. Come on, baby. Oh, look. Get that shot. Get the shot that it's going in. Get that shot.
Nice.
That's wild.
So we are great, y'all. We are great. We are great. Don't let nobody tell you that we're not. Don't let nobody tell you that we're not. Salute to that young brother, for real. I don't know what I'm about to dig into his story. I haven't dug into his story. I found that on accident. And that video that you just watched a second ago, that was the first one that I found. I found it on accident. And I was like, what is this little weird dude talking about? And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm looking at all the parts. I'm like, huh, this is not some bullshit. Like, this is a full-blown lab he's got out here. What the hell? He's out in the sticks somewhere out in the, hold on. I'm looking at this and I'm hearing them, but then, you know, like they snap up. I'm looking at the equipment. I'm like, well, it's real equipment and it's running. And then I'm looking at the pressure and everything. And he's talking about it as he's doing it. And I'm like, I mean, it doesn't look fake. Looks real to me, you know? And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Yeah, this kid is, he turned plastic into gasoline, plastoline is what he called it. Yeah. And of course, JJ, shout out to JJ. What's up, bro? He said new alternator belt. Yeah, the belt is definitely a little squeaky. It wasn't 100% aligned, but